see the bag, but it's not even turned out. Got that Chipotle. But I like to earn my food, so we're gonna get this review done before I munch on this. Alright. The man from Toronto. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I'm delirious, guys. I'll be doing a lot in a day. Alright, Man from Toronto. It is actually a decent film. I not too many complaints about this film, honestly. I felt like it knew what it wanted to be. It knew it was a silly movie, and it stayed on that. When something knows what it wants to be, and it sticks to that, I really appreciate that. Because it's not afraid to just be a fun film. Not everything has to be a psychological roller coaster, and that's what I like about this movie. This movie stars Woody Harrelson and Kevin Hart, and this is, I think, where Kevin is a little bit more in his element. I'll speak more on that. Woody Harrelson always he does pretty well in comedic roles. What was the other one? Zombieland. That was, from what I've seen. Woody Harrelson, he can pull he pulls off comedy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Plot. I wrote it down. Got my notebook today. I take this seriously, guys. I take this seriously. I wrote it down. Um, so basically, what's happening in this film is he's a businessman, and he keeps failing to pitch. If you're thinking about watching the movie, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but he keeps failing to pitch business ideas, and he's a starving businessman. He's trying to get his foot in the door. I guess he works at a gym, and he's trying to promote something, but it's just not working. But he's not telling his wife it's not working, and so obviously, when you don't tell your wife something and you said something completely different, upon the lines of you telling her, um, things don't go too well. So, um, it's a solid plot. Um, I say typical action comedy plot. I mean, I felt like this plot's been done to death. This is like Big Mama. This is, what was it? Big Mama. Big Mama's House. That's what it was. Big Mama's House. Right along too. This is right along the lines of those movies. It's kind of something we've already seen before, but like just a modern take on it. This is just like a 2022 version of Big Mama's House. Cause then he keep a secret from his wife in Big Mama's House as well. Um, yeah, the plot was a generic comedy, action, thriller plot. I give the plot a 3. Plot gets a 3. That Chipotle bag looks really nice. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Tone. Yo. I don't think raw and cut is what I should be doing, because y'all about to be like, yo, this man is always tired in his videos. Can you give us some energy? I am energetic. I am energetic. Be patient with me. Tone. What I just say. I said the tone gets. You know what? I'll give Tone a 5. This movie is by no means going to be a 5, though. There are things wrong with this film. However, I'll give Tone a 5 simply based off the fact that this film knew exactly what it wanted to be. Again, it wasn't trying to be this serious movie, serious in some parts and then comedic in other parts. It was a comedic film. When serious things happened, they were funny, and that's how it was supposed to be. So it was funny. When funny things happened, that's what it's supposed to be. So it was funny. It was a complete 100% comedic film. Knew what it wanted to be. The tone was consistent throughout the whole movie. Tone gets a 5, just out of perfection. Pace. I'll say pace. In pace, this can go into the plot a little bit. Pace was kind of rushed in certain areas because we saw some characters have a moment as if they were like set up to be like a problem or like a big character, and they just kind of left this character alone. There was one time where I was looking at a certain character, he's like, this character, all they show is his eyes in a mirror, and you're kind of like, what is he up to? And then he was just doing nothing. I guess they wanted to like put you into suspense for whatever reason. So there was a lot of times where um they would set something up, it felt like, but like leave it alone. And that bothered me. So for future reference, Netflix movies, stay on the road you're going with and complete that character arc. What else is next? Acting. Bam. This is one I really want to talk about because Woody Harrelson was fine. All right, he played a brooding, more serious type character, and that was him throughout the whole movie. And he was like obliviously funny. That's how his character is supposed to be. One thing I'll notice about Woody in his comedic roles, like Zombieland and this now, he doesn't try. He doesn't try to be funny. He's not trying to be over the top, and that's what makes it good. Woody Harrelson has his own type of comedy, his own type of humor that's like really him in real life, not even an acting role. He has his own type of humor that's him. That's him. And he puts that kind of humor into his films, which makes it like flesh. That's really Woody Harrelson up there. Kevin Hart is in his element in this movie. It is a comedic movie. But one thing about Kevin Hart and a lot of comedians, when they get an acting role, is they tend to go over the top in that acting role. I don't know if you've ever seen Martin. Martin's supposed to be like that. It's like an old show. I don't know if you've ever seen, like, Rush Hour, Friday, now this movie, Ride Along, Think Like a Man. Kevin Hart was in he was in Friday. Whoa. He was in Friday. I think the only movie he wasn't in was Ride Along. He was actually in Friday, but he was just not as known. But one thing I'll say is, a lot of these comedians tend to go overboard with their comedy because they know they're in their element. They're gonna try and overachieve that comedic tone, and it ends up being a little bit a lot of it just too unrealistic to the point where you're like, yeah, you're funny in real life, but I know if you were actually funny in real life, you wouldn't overact like that. You'd be a little bit more bland. And I feel like that's what Kevin Hart and a lot of other comedians, when they get acting roles, should do. Just like, tone down the overacting a little bit and just be you. It's like, react how you react in real life and make it funny. Or you realize you don't have to try to make it funny because you're already a comedian. When people look at comedians, we're automatically we're like, you are a professional goofball. So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you react, it's going to be funny. Comedians, I don't gotta try too hard. So I'll say, that's the one nitpick I had. The comedic acting was a little bit too over the top on Kevin's part. Everyone else's comedic acting, I guess, was, okay. I'll give acting a 4.5. Go back and 4.5. It's not that bad. Cinematography. I wrote down the cinematography is great. It's great. Cinematography is great. There's nothing else to it. Especially the opening scene. There's like the scene where they're in the desert and it's just like, yeah, cinematography is great in this movie. I like it. I'll give cinematography I'm feeling extra nice today. 4.5. Dude, wait, whoa. Did I grade pace? Did I grade pace? I don't think I graded pace. I gave the plot. What did I give the plot? I'm sorry about that. I had a little brain fart there. I had to literally stop the video and go back and see what I graded. I gave the plot a 3. Tone, I actually gave a 5. Pace, I actually gave a 3.5. Where are we at? I gotta flip it. Flip the page. Got it. Acting, I gave a 4.5. In cinematography, I gave a 4.5. Now, out of these 5 categories that we graded this movie on, we have 1 5 and 2 4.5s. So that means we should round those 2 4.5s up to 2 5s, which would get this movie a score of 5, right? No! The math is going to be kind of off, but just to keep the score a little even, I'm just going to keep this score at a 4.5. Why? Because I just feel like this movie could have done a little bit more right to get us, like, a perfect modern day comedy. And not everything is perfect, but as close to perfection as possible. This was The Man from Toronto review. I have this to eat, so I will see you next time.